Grandma Higgins. Now, last week's show didn't get very good ratings, and you see, I have decided and opted to go with a sit-down comedy routine. What do you mean, sit down, you all say? Well, I'm saying I'm too old to be standing up. I'm not young like Bill Cosby or Larry the Cable Guy or Rachel Ray. Oh, never mind, she's not a comedian, but she is evil. She is an evil tyrant. And you should find her today and shoot her if you get the opportunity. Do us all a big favor. But anyway, it's time to get her done. Yes. And so I have decided to start with gangsters today. Yes. So you know that it does appear that we have a few gangsters in the audience. I think we'd better dispose of them immediately. Dispose of them. Cinnamon Bun Bomb, where art thou? Oh man, I know I have one back here somewhere. Where is that? Aha! Yes. Ah!
Yo, dude, is that a bomb? No, I don't think it's a bomb. It looks like a bomb to me. No, it's not. What's up? Okay, peace no bomb.
We have effectively dealt with those gangsters. And their guns. Did you know that gangsters are depleting the ozone layer and causing global warming? They are. They're causing the global warming. Those little muffin heads. Goodness gracious. Every time they get into a little battle between their little families or gangs or whatever they call, and in the back alleys, wherever they do, and they shoot their guns release a deadly gas to the ozone layer, and it eats away the ozone layer, and it's bad. No, they aren't eco-friendly like Grandma Higgins. Oh no. We have cinnamon and big rocks to throw at people. They use highly explosive black powder. No, that is unimportant. Do you know who else used black powder? Paul Revere! That man made me so angry. Every time I would come to Britain with my tea trying to sell it to you lovely Americans, he would tip it over and be dressed up as an Indian, and it made me so mad because I couldn't charge him for it, and it was worth so much money. It had cinnamon in it. It had vanilla cinnamon extract in it, yes. And so, you see, I eventually got fed up with him. I did. So I called a Higgins clan meeting, and so we met down by the fount, and we got together, and we put a whole bunch of big rocks on our boat. Yes. Paul Revere didn't see it coming. No, he didn't. And you see, what happened was, we came up to the little dock, and we were all like, we have tea for you. And we started to put the tea on the dock. And then Paul Revere came with his little Indian friends. And what we did next, the Higgins family just took all of these big rocks and started throwing them down at the dock. And what this did, you see, it punched really big holes in the dock. In fact, that part of the dock sunk along with Paul Revere and his friends. And so we killed Paul Revere. But that's my side of the story. You can ask your government for the truth any time, although they probably won't tell you the truth. Well, I said I was 76 right in that last clip. I was 76 when they were doing that, way back when. And you ask, But how can I be here now? Well, you see, do you remember that famous explorer, John Deleu? Or however the deuce you pronounce his French name. I don't know either. But so we walked around, and I was a famous explorer back when I was about, I'd say I was about, I don't know, 46 or so. And so I went and I was exploring, and I came to the fountain of estrogen. And you see, I started to walk toward it. And then this John Deleu guy he sort of went up to the fountain. And you see, I sort of started to walk away at that point, and I was walking away, and I turned my head. And what is that man doing? What is he? He wipes out a tobacco cigar, and he sticks it in his mouth, and he takes a big whiff, and he lights a match, and then boom! Oh! I can still feel the explosion today. It scared the bejesus out of me. But a gigantic explosion happened, and the estrogen caught fire, and it started burning and burning, and then the little spigot shot up from the side, and they pointed right at him, and they started to throw flames at him, and I went, "Heretic! Heretic!" And I whipped out a cinnamon bonbon, and I threw it at him with all my force in my petite little lady arms, and you see, it hit him smack in the head, and he flew backwards, and his head hit the ground. And now, what happened? Well, it took me for a ride. Oh, bad memories. The cinnamon bonbon exploded, and all of the estrogen gases wrapped around his head, and they just spun and spun and spun, and I couldn't see anything for about 5 minutes. And when the estrogen gas finally cleared, there